we cannot understand. Maps we drew with our own hands. Follow the stars stretched out across the land. You wrap your arms around me as I sleep. So many nights I couldn't breathe. May someone hold you as you are and meet you where you stand. May they wash away the hurt of what we cannot understand. While the seasons never stay, this is yours, the month of May. What if all the things we lose come back to us someday? I like to walk to the edge of the boardwalk. I like to dream off the edge of my dreams. Give me your name and I'll taste you in colors. If you thought it was simple, watch it come out at the seams. Come out. Come out. She is green in my mind with a touch of raw silver. He is gray in the morning, but gold when I hold him. closer, hold me closer, dear. Hold me 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 closer. Facing forward to the burial ground, wind in my ear hums a loud, loud sound. Close these eyes, look inward now. The time has come to find your glow. Shadows in the dark from this lonely home, where whispers of murder swim through the stone. Visit me now as I dream. Let the figures of our universe melt into blood and steam. Hold the air and never let anyone ever get in the way. Hold to the end like a wolf, you're your own shadow, pulsing, burning with the moon. Back to the sin I'm living and facing regret. I found the ashes of myself. Hold the air and never let anyone ever get in the way. Hold to the end like a wolf, you're your own shadow, pulsing, burning with the moon. Hold the air and never let anyone ever get in the way. Hold to the end like a wolf, you're your own shadow, pulsing, burning with the moon. Never let anyone ever get in the way. Hold to the end like a wolf, you're your own shadow, pulsing, burning with the moon.
All right, and I believe it's time we begin the music. Hey, y'all. How we doing today? Oh, I've committed a cardinal sin. I don't have a hat on yet. There we go. That's better. Oh, hey, buddy. So there's someone's gonna join us for a bit of this stream. This gentleman's name is Bosco. He's really not. He's more of a raptor. Do I know any bird-related songs? What are some? I don't know Blackbird well enough to do. Oh, actually, I know one that's from a musical theater show I did. Little bird, in the cinnamon tree. Little bird, do you sing for me? Do you bring me word of what I know? Little bird, I have to know. Little bird, I love her so. Little bird, beneath the tree, the cinnamon tree, we learn to laugh, we learn to cry, for here we met, and here we kissed, and here one cold and moonless night we said goodbye. Little bird, in the cinnamon tree. Little bird, do you sing for me? Do you bring me word of what I know? Little bird, I have to know. Little bird, I love them so. Little bird, Yeah? You a little freaked out from the moving arm? Would you prefer the other shoulder? He definitely doesn't like the hat. Oh, that's good. Thank you. Oh, maybe I should turn the camera down a little more. Hang on. Sorry, Bosco. Hang on a second. There we go. We're okay, boy. Yeah, get up on that shoulder. Good boy. There. It's a much better view, right? Yeah. All right. Little bird, in the cinnamon tree. Oh, you getting out, Bosco? Hey, look, I'm not blaming you if you want to go for it.
I think it's time for Bye Bye Birdie.
I think so. I wish I knew it. Bye-bye, birdie. All right. Applause for Bosco, everyone. All right, let's see. I wanted to do some Tim Minchin that I haven't done in a while. Let's do a nice mellow one. Also, this is still a little too high angle-wise. There we go. Now we can see a bit of the guitar. Asleep, little baby, sleep now, my love. The Milky Way is shining high up above. When you grow up, you will learn all that stuff. But for now, close your eyes. Close your eyes and sleep. Little baby, try not to squawk. Tomorrow and tomorrow you'll learn how to walk. to love and laugh, to make toast and talk. But for now, Betty buys your blankets hand knitted with pure Angora wool. Your nappy is dry and your tummy is full of enough antihistamine to chill out a bull. Yet still all is whinging. What more could you want, for I just cannot guess. You constantly complain to me, you should feel blessed. There are children across the world starving to death, and I don't hear them whinging. What more can I do to put a stop to this mind-numbing noise you are making? Tell me, where is the line between patting and hitting? When is rocking rocking and when is it shaking? Look, I don't know what else I could do to try and hush you. My heart says I love you, but my brain's thinking fuck you, and hoping a child trafficker may abduct you. At least then I'd get a few hours in bed. I've hushed and I've cooed and I've even tried to sing oh blah dee, oh blah da in the exact voice of Ringo. Now all I have left is to hope that a dingo will sneak in and rip off your fat screaming head. Oh hush, little baby, don't say a word. Papa's gonna buy you a mockingbird in the hope you get avian flu. Then the goddamn CDC can take care of you. No, wait, that's it. Close your eyes. Shh, not a sound. I can barely see your tiny belly moving up and down. One thing they don't mention in the parenting book, your love for them grows the closer to dead they look. Alright, what's next? Here's one I haven't done in a minute. Let's keep it in the mellow vein. Keep that falsetto practice going. Heard about your daddy got sick, drove down to the river to die alone. 7 days till they found him all wrapped up in a blanket on the boat. Put him in the ground, down, down, down. Mama said, stay strong, don't cry, that is what you did. Years later, years down, later down the road, on the bus with your FM radio, half drunk, cigarette hanging out. What happened to your lonely soul? Crying out, what happened to your lonely soul? Screaming out, you say you try and lose. You said try and lose. And everywhere you go, everywhere you've been, everyone you know, everything you've seen, and everywhere you are, every song you sing, every time you wait, tells you once again, Daddy ain't coming home. No, no, Daddy ain't coming home. No, no, Daddy ain't coming home. No, 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 Daddy ain't coming home. No, no, Daddy ain't coming home. I'm getting better at guitar. Still better at it standing up, so let's do that. Let's see, can it go even higher possibly? It can. There we go. Test. Alright, let's bring it up forward. There we go. I don't think I have a capo. Let's see. Found myself all alone for the first time, knowing that I could run. Oops, demons screaming on the inside, the worst kind. Frozen, I had chosen to fall. Plans that I made seem paper thin. The only way to get out is look within. 'Cause if you try to define yourself with something outside yourself, you will always find yourself alone. I've never been more certain that each person must accept the fact that we won't love anyone else till we love ourselves. Wasted time doesn't matter, but wasted ideas will bring you down. The secret regrets of poison destroying. Doubt should only help you find your way. Plans that you made seem paper thin. The only way to get out is look within. 'Cause if you try to define yourself with something outside yourself, you'll always find yourself alone. I've never been more certain that each person must accept the fact that we won't love anything else. No, we won't love anyone else till we love ourselves for all the things we're not, the perfect problems that we've got, the fear of years that we have spent being less than we could have been, the lies and the cries and the headache there behind our eyes, the fact that we all simply play pretend. Let it end. 'Cause if you try to define yourself with something outside yourself, you will always find yourself alone. I've never been more certain that each person must accept the fact that we won't love anything else. No, we won't love anyone else till we love ourselves. Whoa. That song is much harder to sing at elevation. I'm just saying. All right, let's try Calvin Post. That's a good one. Important to hydrate. Let's see. All right. Let's do one of mine. Let's see if I can do this at elevation. This is a... Whew, this song requires some wind. I first saw the forest, for I remembered what I knew. And I remember climbing trees and running through and through. Woods are where I learned about the nature that I love. Gifts from deer left on the ground, while gifts from birds rain from above. They told me it was good luck when that white splat first landed. Well, if that's really nature's luck, I don't want to understand it. The trees hold many purposes, most of which I don't know. Hey, but as the years went by, I got to watch that purpose grow. Climbed their branches, plucked the leaves, and drank their sappy goods. Learned of all those hidden things that folks do in the woods. Most people are too polite to tell you what they done. But if the forest doesn't mind, I'll tell you about my fun. Mellow drug use, hunting stunts, and laughing at the hurt. Strange sexual adventures, finding norms we could subvert. I've broken laws of man and nature, wrote a few myself. I'd rather share those memories and leave them on the shelf. Now some can make your stomach turn and some elicit sighs. Maybe someday folk will learn which ones were truth or lies. Well, I'll tell you my stories of nonsense and wonder. Those days when our voices split the sky asunder. I'll sing you these glories, leave you to wonder when I'm telling you about this lie, a ridiculous truth or just cracking wise. I'll sing you these tales of sad, foolish youth, and like all history, some of it might be the truth. And when you tire of my wails, we can retreat to the place where the stories came from and tell the trees that we are done listening to old memories. It's time to make a new one. These are the things I do in the woods. I was maybe 12 years old when I conquered a birch, while playing hide and seek with friends who'd rather leave me in the lurch. Even so I was committed, I knew I'd prevail. Unfortunately my own bowels wished for me to fail. Oh, the irony with birch bark being plentiful at hand. Yet no clean shot down to the ground, no room to squat or stand. I scrunched my ass up on the bunk and on the trunk and peeled some paper off, half wondering if this tree would say to turn my head and cough. Upon reflection, I was lucky not to catch a worm, so I tensed up and pressurized and hoped the stool was firm. But I'd forgotten that day's lunch and soon the fluid flowed. The seeker passing underneath me heard the rancid note. She yelled foul and I was falling, grasping at the air, mercifully gaining purchase from the branches there. I hugged that tree and mooned the forest, finishing my squirt. It wrecked my shorts while that first plat ran down the trunk and soiled my shirt. The game was over, so I ran and dove into the brook, bashed my face up bad and ran home naked. I hope the neighbors didn't look. Well, I'll tell you my stories of nonsense and wonder. Those days when our voices split the sky asunder. I'll sing you these glories, leave you to wonder when I'm telling you about this lie, a ridiculous truth or just cracking wise. I'll sing you these tales of sad, foolish youth, and like all history, some of it might be the truth. And when you tire of my wails, we can retreat to the place where the stories came from and tell the trees that we are done listening to old memories. It's time to make a new one. These are the things I do in the woods. Now I'm real far from rugged, but I've hunted with a bow. Traded off with classmates so the parents wouldn't know. I was following this black bear that looked awful brown. I figured it might be this one that scared some folks in town. I tracked that bear about 1 mile, just waiting for a shot. When haunches reared up in plain view, a bear's haunches I thought. So I let the arrow fly, it sailed straight into the rump, which suddenly veered up 4 feet taller on a bovine stump. The moose whose butt cheek I had pinpricked turned around and roared. Back then I wasn't quite a runner, but on that day I soared. The angry bull moose chasing after one young stupid kid. I figured a moose can't climb a tree, so that is what I did. I scrambled up this pine tree and he honked till he was hoarse. I held on for dear life as the snow came back in force. He circled me at least 1 hour, then I became a bore. He wandered off, yet I hung on for several hours more. Went home soaking and frost nipped, but I kept my mouth shut and prayed I'll ne'er again confuse a moose with some bear's butt. Well, I'll tell you my stories of nonsense and wonder. Those days when our voices split the sky asunder. I'll sing you these glories, leave you to wonder when I'm telling you about this lie, a ridiculous truth that just cracking wise. I'll sing you these tales of sad, foolish youth, and like all history, some of it might be the truth. And when you tire of my wails, we can retreat to the place where the stories came from and tell the trees that we are done listening to old memories. It's time to make a new one. These are the things I do in the woods. I live in cities now, it's slightly different breeze. See, a toxic smog has wider shade than one park full of trees. I hear the same truth spoken by the learned and the quacks. There's far too much that we could lose through fire and the axe. We don't mind our give and take with these trees, then in turn there'll be nothing left to take but far more that will burn. Yeah, the animals gone up in smoke along with all our goods. A spiteful earth will salt the ground and take away the woods. Disease and famine as the norm, clean air becomes a tale. You tell the children when they wonder how the species failed. Storms to smash a city flat, who knows how many die. The wealthy high above the floods can block their ears and lie. I may not live to our extinction, but I'll see it start. I'll watch the death of dignity, mock it and call it art. I'll know the end is coming soon, conjecture on how long. I'll point to crowds of drowning children and reduce them to song. And if I live to ripe old age and can still face a mic, some kids might ask what forest is and what the woods were like. And I'll tell them my stories of nonsense and wonder. Those days before fire split the earth asunder. I'll sing them those glories. They'll all just wonder when I'm telling them about this lie, a ridiculous truth, or just cracking wise. I'll sing them these tales of sad, foolish youth. And like all history, some of it might be the truth. And when they tire of my wails, I will think back on the place where the stories came from and remember how we were once so greedy in the old world. Now we can't breathe in a new one. These are the things. These are the things. These are the things I do in the woods. Whew, that song is absolutely brutal at high elevation. All right. Well, thank you for the applause, nonetheless. All right. Anything people want to hear next? Especially anything on guitar. Rep command should tell you my stuff. Let's try another mellow one. That one was a bit of a marathon. Ooh, I'm yours. That could work. Will you do? All right, what key is it in? These strings is giving me a little trouble. Alright. Well, you done. You know what? That'll be fun. I'm gonna do it in a high falsetto. Why not? Oops, wrong one. Here we go. What is wrong with the tuning there? Sorry. Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but you're so hot that I melted. Fell right through the cracks. Well, now I'm trying to get back. For the cool dumb run, and I'll be giving it my best. There's nothing gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some more love, some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, dance and sing with me. I love peaceful melody, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, love, love, love. Well, I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Do 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 do. Swabba-dee-bop-dee-bop-da, dee-dee-da-da-da, dee-da-da. yeah. Now I'm near your ear. I've been spinning way too long, checking my tongue in the mirror, bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer. My breath fogged up the glass, so I drew a new face and laughed. Well, I guess what I'm saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of sanity and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our name is a virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, dance and sing with me. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, loved, loved. Well, I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. Nice. Let's fuck with the country sensibility a bit. What's a good political song that I could make a solid country sound with? Ooh, let's try the country music version of All Cops Are Bad. Let's see how that goes. Oh, well, they don't protect. All right, that's a good key. Well, it started in a world of kings and slaves, a world of revolutions and unmarked graves, where the power needs to hold on to what it's got, no matter how many of the poor get shot. So the kings paid soldiers for the day-to-day to punish anybody taking wealth away. And if you asked anybody why those cops were around, you'd get the lie, you'd get the lie. Sorry. And if you asked anybody why those cops were around, you'd get the lie from the rich and the truth from the poor right before you get put in the ground. The truth that all cops are bad. They don't protect, they don't serve, they just enforce with a gun. All cops are bad. The only good cop isn't one. And soon there were places running without kings, who took the same money and did the same thing. Said their king was a market that needs free will, while they sold the few slaves that they didn't kill. Said people weren't people and fought that fight to say who could murder what and call it a right. And if you asked why so many needed to die, they could pay cops to kill and torture the family till you stopped asking why. Oh, why? All cops are bad. They don't protect, they don't serve, they just enforce with a gun. All cops are bad. The only good cop isn't one. And as the guns got bigger, they got faster on the trigger. As the laws got tougher, all the cops got rougher. They knew the brutal truth that slavers often know, that the badges and the titles are a rich man's capital show. You see, a murderer's a murderer, and you don't get to flout them, or they'll murder you for saying you could ever live without them. You see, we need people giving help we seek. We need people who are willing to protect the weak. But when protection is violence, that helps no one, and the one who should be helping's just waving a gun, then they're serving a king called the status quo to put you in the ground for helping those below. And if you ask why not answer, and if you ask why not answer life for life, then they can shoot you in your bed or in your car or on the street and say you were running away from their army, and you might have a knife. Oh, cops are bad. They don't protect, they don't serve, they just enforce with a gun. All cops are bad. The only good cop isn't one. All cops are bad. They don't protect, they don't serve, they just enforce with a gun. All cops are bad. The only good cop isn't one. Yay! That's my country music voice. It's not a specific regional accent or dialect, because I'm not from any of those places. I feel like it's somewhere between Louisiana and Texas, that weird accent I'm doing. What do you think? Georgia and Texas sounds better, right? All right. I'm good for now. Maybe in a bit. Thank you. All right. I think one more on guitar before we migrate over to the ukulele. So let's see. What do I have that I can only play on guitar and not on ukulele? Or at least it sounds so much better on the guitar. Ooh, I know. Here's one I can add some falsetto to mess around with. Let's see. We're told about the settlers who came on boats to tame and enslave their new frontier. Then we get told about the natives who broke bread with them. That's why we celebrate every year. Sorry. That's why we celebrate every year. A day of Thanksgiving for you and me. Sounds a lot better than the history where we slaughtered many innocent folk, young and old, and gave thanks that the savages' bodies were cold. But folks complain at the dinner table whenever that story's told. 'Cause it's easier to feel patriotic than to ever accept what guilt we owe. It's easier to say it's all about family than admit we're disgusted by what we know. So we'll teach your children cute little lies so we can validate the privilege and so no one cries. 'Cause it's easier to feel patriotic when it's someone else's genocide. We're told in elementary school who found this land. We memorize the 3 ships' names. Then we affirm it with a federal holiday. Hell, some places even do parades. We tell the kids in 1492 Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Oh, but we omit the slaving and the massacres, forget the rapes, the infections, and the sheer numbers. 'Cause it's better kids be comfortable than wonder whose descendants have it worse. 'Cause it's easier to feel patriotic than to talk about slavery or disease. It's easier to say it's all just history than examine oppression's subtleties. So we'll teach your children cute little lies so we can validate their privilege and so no one cries. It's easier to feel patriotic when it's someone else's genocide. Now some folks claim this is God's country, some God that's imported and white. And 'cause they're descendants, not tormentors, and what they own is right. They'll say it wasn't their fault if it's not by the hand. Pretend the flag's for heritage instead of the clan. Justify tradition and you'll never have to worry about the people your tradition say you're better than. 'Cause it's easier to feel patriotic than to sow too much doubt or to scare the kids. It's easier to just keep a symbol than examine our willful ignorance. So we'll teach your children cute little lies so we can validate the privilege and so no one cries. It's easier to feel patriotic when it's someone else's genocide. And it's easier to feel patriotic than to empathize with what's different. It's easier to swear to God or country than to swear to each other and hope we're fit. So we'll teach the future great big lies so we can maintain this privilege to ignore who dies. 'Cause it's easier to feel patriotic when it's someone else's genocide. Woo! Good times. Oh, thank you. Whew. Yeah, I need to do a re-recording of that at some point. Let's see. What's a good one? What's a good one? What's a good one? I look around online. That's how you spend your time when it's election year all over again. I watch the news from page to page as the pundits really rage, but it's mostly still just filled up with white men. Kamala says shit and she tries to do a bit, but she's still tied to admins that hate the poor. And then Trump and Vance come raging without any thought engaging in their verbose and mindless culture war. They tell us Kamala's a commie and she'll kill your favorite mommy because she'll take service away after all. That the election must take hold, but we'll also say votes are too old or make it impossible to count so we can overturn them in the fall. Fall. They say Kamala's this it. Wait, no, I went the wrong way for if only it were true. That actually is true. Fuck. Overturn it in the fall. Kamala's so very dangerous. She puts tax cuts all in range for us, and she'll support Hamas apparently. Yes, she'll stop the bombs from flowing, stop the economy from growing. She'll end capitalism, don't you see? If only it were true, I'd be so happy, wouldn't you? If only it were true, if only it were true. And Vance goes screaming at the women that the activity's forbidden 'cause the culture war is all this freak has got. He says that Kamala and Tim are they're dangerous or dim, but no, they're smart and they'll fix the world in ways we're not. They'll accept the trans kids all. They'll shut prisons down across the wall, make immigration forces accountable for the deaths. They'll let the border open wide, acknowledge it was always someone's lie, and then they'll make communism set in with the Mexicans. Really? Apparently that was one they said. If only it were true, I'd be so happy, wouldn't you? If only it were true, if only it were true. I hear trumpists yell, this is America's death knell. They're gonna make us put slaves in the history again. They'll gut military spending, soon our empire will be ending. They'll tax guns to fund weed dispensaries. They'll put solar in your town, shut every single gas stove down, let other countries have a say in what we do. They'll make four-year college free, the internet a utility, and they'll end the electoral college too. They insist that Kamala won't stop there, felons voting everywhere. The country will be changed entirely. Socialism will take hold as Green New Deals make corporations fold. It all will happen if you fire me and JD. Fuck, man. If only it were true, if only it were true, I'd be so happy, wouldn't you? If only it were true, if only it were true, if only it were true. If only it were true, if only it were true, I'd be so fucking happy, I mean, wouldn't you? If only it were true, if only it were true, if only it were true. Woo. All right, what's next? I think I do want one more on guitar before I go to ukulele. I'm just loving this guitar, so all right. Ooh, I know. Here we go. I'm sitting at the railway station, got a ticket to my destination. On a tour of one-night stands, my suitcase and guitar in hand. And every stop is neatly planned for a poet and a one-man band. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping, home, where my music's playing, home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Every day's an endless stream of cigarettes and magazines. Each town looks the same to me, the movies and the factories. And every stranger's face I see reminds me that I long to be homeward bound. I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping, home, where my music's playing, home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Tonight I'll sing these songs again, I'll play the game and pretend that all my words come back to me in shades of mediocrity, like emptiness and harmony. I need someone to comfort me. Homeward bound, I wish I was homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping, home, where my music's playing, home, where my love lies waiting silently for me. Silently for me. Silently for me. Silently for me. Ukulele time. There we go. Good times. All right. So, if anyone has requests for the uke, now's the time to start digging them up. It's time to hydrate too. This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For all the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no use crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. Then the science gets done and we make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. Sorry. I'm not even angry. There, that's better. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me and tore me to pieces, and not in the fun way, and threw every piece into a fire. And as it burned, I laughed because I was so happy for you. Now these points of data make a beautiful line, and we're out of beta, we're releasing on time. So I'm glad I got burned. Think of all the things we learned for the people who are still alive. Go on and leave me. I think I prefer to stay inside. And maybe you'll find someone else to help you. Maybe Black Mesa. What's up with my rhythm today? That was a joke, haha, fat chance. Maybe I'm too sober. Anyway, this cake is great. It's so delicious and moist. Look at me still talking when there's science to do. When I look out there, it makes me glad I'm not you. I've experiments to run. There is research to be done on the people who are still alive. Hey, y'all remember GameStop? When people thought that was some big deal, you know. To hedge funds' anger, to trade in ways they did not like. But it was no revolution. It's the same gambling game as them. Well, anyway, the memes were fun, especially when Rich got soaked. So look at those stock traders crying, wah, wah, not fair. This was our casino, it's not for the poors out there. We have hedge funds to keep up, we have services to gut. It's not fair that Reddit trades online. Frustrated with liberals. Yes, I know that's not new. Scratch one, you get fash. 'Cause when the bombs seem likely, they get bloodthirsty. Yes, look, I always knew this. I grew up under Bush too, after all. Now they like to pretend they're the progressive and peaceful ones while blowing the earth up. Look at these Democrats all saying it's just not fair that they call it a genocide just because they're genociding out there. Just because it's our bombs, just because we'll do it for them, that doesn't mean that we're fascist at all. Let's see, what was the good news? Oh, here's some interesting one. Sri Lanka elected a Marxist, you know, and he says he wants to go to war, metaphorically, with the IMF. Let me tell you, it won't be metaphorical. Well, at least not for long when you go against the West. 'Cause we give loans like fuckers, and those are the people who break a country's kneecaps, aka schools and hospitals. But I am optimistic there's a socialist now who's running a country we can't just bomb into the ground. We have possibilities for all these extremities of political spectrums that grow. Don't go to Nassau County. Seriously, y'all, just stay the fuck away. I don't know if you heard, but face coverings there are illegal. Really, I'm not kidding. The pigs fuck you up for wearing a mask. But you're right, it's Long Island. No one lives out there except the NYPD who work in the city. White ones for sure. So look at these New Yorkers going, well, we're not fair. We can't wear our masks on the LIRR out there. I say look at this bag apple. It's getting raped by Eric Adams. Please throw these pigs out of the subway. Speaking of which, did y'all hear about the subway? I shit you not, this was something I predicted years ago. That the NYPD would pull their guns on a fare jumper. Or someone jump in the turnstile. Both of them are just equally victimless crimes. Anyway, one of Adam's pigs opened up and blew away a bystander and a cop. Still not bad. So look at these subway folks saying, wow, we're not fair. Just 'cause we voted for him didn't mean he'd be mayor there. We said leopards won't eat us. We said they won't pull their guns when we gave subway money to pigs. Okay, I'm done with that. That was fun. A couple of those were okay, but all of those were pulled out of my ass for the record, so. Just whole cloth made up. All right, let's see. What shall we do next, y'all? Ooh, I know. All right. Hear people saying. No, hang on. No, let's do this a little queer. Hear people saying all the reasons for war, and most of the time they don't specify a thing that they're fighting for. Talk about Bin Laden. He's been gone for many years. What does it take to put an end to your racist brown people fears? We all... Sorry. We know exactly the kind of mess we're getting in. And we don't have to go and make that same mistake again. Have you forgotten all the people killed? Were they worth it to protect a few of Exxon's oil fields? Have you forgotten all the money spent? Was it worth all of the pain, the destruction and the dead? Don't you tell me occupation isn't rotten. Have you forgotten? There's talking heads up on that TV, mostly trucking and imperialism and two sides of white supremacy. We're all in danger, that's what they'll say. But I mostly see white terrorists in the USA. People say this country's out here looking for a fight. Well, for the past 400 years, maybe more, I'd say that's about right. Have you forgotten all the people killed? Were they worth it to protect a few of Exxon's oil fields? Have you forgotten all that money spent? Was it worth all of the pain, the destruction and the debt? Don't you tell me occupation isn't rotten. Have you forgotten? If you meet with soldiers, hear the reasons why it's right. They'll speak of freedom, but most admit the dollar's why they fight. Have you forgotten all the people killed? Were they worth it to protect a few of Exxon's oil fields? Have you forgotten all the money spent? Was it worth all of the pain, the destruction and the debt? Don't you tell me occupation isn't rotten. Have you forgotten? Yay. Let's not go to war. Please hold. There we go. All right. Next, let's do some good old commie times, shall we? All right. Or no, sorry, it's... When I was just a little thing, I used to love parades with cotton candy, red balloons, and maybe lemonade. When I came home one May Day, my neighbor's father said, "Well, them marchers is all commies. Tell me, kid, are you a red?" Well, I didn't know what the hell that meant. My hair back then was brown, and our house was plain red brick just like the others in the town. So I went and asked my family why our neighbor'd call me red. They took me on their knee, and this is what they said. Oh, you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, then you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead. 'Cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. When I was growing up, I had some troubles, I suppose, when someone took exception to my sexuality or clothes, or tried to cheat me on a job or hit me on the head. When I organized to fight back, well, the stinkers called me red. Well, you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, then you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead. 'Cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. Well, I've been agitating now, 'cause what else can you do? You can't just let the goddamn fascists walk all over me and you. Well, my friend said, you'll get fired hanging with that commie mob. I said, I play instruments and sing it, folks. I barely have a job. Oh, you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, well, you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead. 'Cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. Well, when I was living on my own apartment, what I had this lousy, rotten landlord. Clearstone Management, they're fucking bad. But when they all tried to throw me out, I just rubbed my hands and said that you haven't seen a struggle if you haven't fought a red. 'Cause you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, then you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or just love the word instead. 'Cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. Well, friends, I've been agitating now for several years or more, you know, for jobs, for equality, and always against war. I'll keep on agitating, and as far as I can see, if that's what being red is, then red's good enough for me. 'Cause you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, well, you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead. 'Cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. No, you ain't done nothing if you ain't been called a red. If you've marched or agitated, well, you're bound to hear it said. So you might as well ignore it or love the word instead. 'Cause you ain't been doing nothing if you ain't been called a red. Let's see, what shall we do next? Ooh, I have one I want to play with. Let's see if I can do this. Yes, I can. Or no, spacecraft float, spacecraft orbit. There we go. All right, that's the one I need. There we go. Let's see if I can still do this with all of the scene changes, because I liked doing this one with scene changes. Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pills and put your helmet on. Ground control to Major Tom. Commencing countdown, engines on. Check ignition, and may God's love be with you. This is ground control to Major Tom. You've really made the grade, and the people want to know whose shirts you wear. Now it's time to leave the capsule if you dare. This is Major Tom to ground control. I'm stepping through the doors, and I'm floating in a most peculiar way. And the stars look very different today. For here am I sitting in my tin can, far above the world. Planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Whoa! Sorry, that was wrong. Oh well, though I've passed 100,000 miles, I'm feeling very still. And I think my spaceship knows which way to go. Tell my wife I love her very much, she knows. Oh well, ground control to Major Tom. Your circuit's dead, there's something wrong. Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear me, Major Tom? Can you hear? Am I floating in my tin can? Shit. Far above the moon, planet Earth is blue, and there's nothing I can do. Oh. That was okay. I got a few more good songs in me. So what do people want to hear? What am I missing here? All right. Ooh, Halloween American. Fuck yeah, I think I'd need a piano or an accordion to play that. That's a tough one. Wait, it would be C minor. In the Halloween of 97, I went as American. The blood of most of South America had my fingers soaking wet. I nearly dropped the bombs I planted in hotels in Cuba then. Yeah, sorry, it's just not quite ready. I think we gotta wait till October. Sorry. The autumn leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your face, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands, the sunburned hands I used to hold. But since you went away, your days grow long, and soon I'll hear dear winter song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. The autumn leaves drift by my window. The autumn leaves of red and gold. I see your face, the summer kisses, the sunburned hands you used to hold. But since you went away, the days grow long, and soon I'll hear near winter's song. But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall. There. That's my autumn song for you. Alright, you know what? I think it's time to get the banjo out and do some Daniel Kahn. Sorry, the banjo-lele. Sorry to clarify, the banjo-lele. Y'all haven't donated $20, so I'm not getting the banjo out yet. If the donos reach $20, I will take a banjo out and fuck around with it. But I can't promise it'll actually sound good, as I haven't played a banjo since before the plague. Alright. There we go. Actually, no, I like this better. Here we go. Well, the world has never been so very small. They say there's not enough to feed us all, that you better take a nickel while you can, that needn't come from someone else's hand. You take a little extra every day, 'cause honest work deserves an honest pay. You can tell the world you did it by yourself, but there's someone you must thank for all his help. Oh well, you gotta give the butcher his make believe he isn't there. Just like you like to make believe you just receive what's only fair. That no one has to suffer to keep you in your chair, but you gotta give the butcher his share. Well, let's take a walk around the old bazaar, where every little thing has traveled far, where every pair of pants and grain of rice contains a horror story in its price. For the story of the power people wield, the stories about factories and fields, yes, of which you'll never have to be aware, just as long as the butcher gets his share. Yeah, you gotta give the butcher his share, no matter what you buy or what you wear, 'cause no one ever said the distribution would be fair. There's blood and guts encoded in the value of the ware, so you gotta give the butcher his share. Oh, here's another soldier on the train. I hope you won't be seeing him again. And you tell yourself, my God, he looks so young. Then you find that you are staring at his gun, and you wonder what that soldier does for fun. And you wonder about the things he might have done. Well, he was doing them for people just like you, so you better give that butcher his due. Yeah, you gotta give the butcher his due, 'cause you're lucky that it's him instead of you who does the dirty things you hope you'll never have to do, and has to keep his filthy little fingers out of you. But you gotta give the butcher his due. A garden, you can cover it in green, but my dear, I beg your pardon, just tell me, how do you keep those little fingers clean? You don't have to rally around a flag, you may as well salute a dirty rag. This isn't a defense of evil deeds, no, this is just a little song about our needs. You know, our need to feel enlightened and secure, and civilized and rational and pure, to feel that we are decent, good, and nice, just as long as the butcher gets his price. Hey, you gotta give the butcher his price, no matter what you think of human rights. And you gotta give the butcher his lot, for being all the things you think you're not. Oh, you gotta give the butcher his share, no matter how you say you really care, 'cause he's the one who did the stealing and then named you as the heir. His filthiness provided you the privileges you bear, so you gotta give the butcher his share. Ya da 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 ya ya da 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 ya da 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 ya ya da 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 ya da da ya da 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 ya da 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 ya ya da 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 ya da 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 ya ya da 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 ya da 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 ya ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 ya ya da 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 da. Those lemons are not for you, doggo. Sorry. There is a doggo here, but he is afraid of the camera, as it turns out. Dad, come here. You want to say hey? You want to say? No, he's afraid of the camera. Sorry. All right. Sorry, but the banjolele, I think, does scare his ears a little. Hey, well, can you blame me? Have you seen the public lately? What a total shambles, blindly ambling and... What a total shambles, blindly ambling into oblivion and grasping at straws, grasping at... Hey, sorry, that was the wrong key. Hey, well, can you blame me? Have you seen the public lately? What a total shambles, blindly ambling into oblivion and grasping at straws with their muddy little paws. I prefer it inside my room. There's a safety level to this womb where the melody serenades me with their harmony braids, and the music gets made. Mama, can you lend me 15 quid to buy that guitar in Woolworths window? Mama, can you lend me unshaded 15 quid for this guitar in Woolworths window? The casual cruelties of man or many. I look for goods but I can't find any. I turn to the rhythm, I bow down to the beat. It helps me keep me outside, waddled outside on the street. It's psychological and pathological, yet sing along a ball like my music. Mama, can you lend me 15 quid to buy that guitar in Woolworths window? Mama, can you lend me unshaded 15 quid for this guitar in Woolworths window? Give it, leave it, give in to my music. That's a weird key to do that one in, but it sounded fun. All right, let's see. Let's see. I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do ya? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw them bathing on the roof, their beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. They tied you to a kitchen chair, they broke your throat, they cut your hair, and from your lips they drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You say I took the name in vain when I don't even know the name. But if I did, then really, what's it to you? There's a blaze of light in every word. It doesn't matter which you heard, the holy or the broken. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. And tried my best, it wasn't much, I couldn't feel, so I learned to touch. I've told the truth, I didn't come to fool ya. And even when it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord a song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Maybe I've been here before. I know this room, I've walked this floor. I used to live alone before I knew you. I've seen your flag on the Marble Arch. Love is not a victory march. It's a cold and it's... Sorry, that's very high actually. A victory march. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Maybe there's a God above, and all I ever learned from love was how to shoot at someone who outdrew you. It's not a cry you can hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 Ooh, I skipped one. There was a time when you let me know what's really going on below, but now you never show it to me, do ya? It's not a cry you can hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. 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 All right, I think I got time for two more. One's going to be an orgy song for the family. And then, let's see. And then, I guess we'll solidarity forever on out of here unless someone has a request. I went to my first orgy. They said I'd have a ball. A pile of naked bodies lay as high as I was tall. They told me just squeeze in there and don't be shy one bit. Well, I pushed and shoved and some parts slapped, but most just wouldn't fit. The trouble with an orgy, though some may think it's fine, with bodies piled it's hard to tell what's yours or theirs or mine. Greeters at the orgy, they stripped me down quite bare. I boldly showed them all my pride, a tool for them to share. 2 inches more, I proudly said, and I would be a king. 2 inches less, one greeter said, no one could see a thing. The trouble with an orgy, though some may think it's fine, with bodies piled it's hard to tell what's yours or theirs or mine. Confusion at the orgy, it's kinda hard to see. So I reached around and squeezed a bit, then heard a shout of glee. I then explored some further and felt something quite thick. Well, straight or gay or whatever your way, it sure felt like good dick. The trouble with an orgy, though some may think it's fine, with bodies piled, it's hard to tell what's yours or theirs or mine. What's the next one? A big dog at the orgy, what I thought was someone's pet, turned out to be a furry who came with the local vet. They said her name was Binky and the things she did were vile, but some got bored because she only liked it doggy style. The trouble with an orgy, though some may think it's fine, with bodies piled it's hard to tell what's yours or theirs or mine. In walked the village teacher, this lovely lass named Bung. They asked why they'd invited her, and they said, "The lady's hung." Well, I didn't quite understand, so they all said, "Bung, do the trick." So she whipped it out, she dipped her chin, and gave herself a lick. The trouble with an orgy, though some may think it's fine, with bodies piled it's hard to tell what's yours or theirs or mine. An old man at the orgy shouted, "Are you she or he?" And we answered in the bastard's face with a jet of pee. Then threw him out buck naked without a sir or miss. There's no hang-ups at our orgies, not with gender, not with piss. The trouble with an orgy, though some may think it's fine, with bodies piled it's hard to tell what's yours or theirs or mine. A priest outside the orgy, well, he cried, "This is a sin! How dare you host an orgy and not let the clergy in?" We gladly let him in the house. He joined right in the session, then spent most of his next 2 weeks just bragging in confession. The trouble with an orgy, though some may think it's fine, with bodies piled it's hard to tell what's yours or theirs or mine. At last I left the orgy, though slower than I'd come. My body hurt all over, and I had to clear my bum. 'Cause in the dark it's hard to see, and we just gotta trust that you know each other's boundaries when nuts are fit to bust. The trouble with an orgy, though some may think it's fine, with bodies piled it's hard to tell what's yours or theirs or mine. Said the trouble with an orgy, though some may think it's fine, with bodies piled it's hard to tell what's yours or theirs or mine. All right. If anyone has one they want to hear, now's the time to get it in, because I'm going to start looking for other channels for us to raid. So let's see who's on the interwebs of the Twitches today. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna raid Hildy's. I might raid Hildy's stream because it's her farewell stream, Hildebeest, and Hildy's awesome. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna raid Hildy. So unless anyone has a request, we'll be doing that fairly shortly. Let's see. Let's see. Obligatory. Oh, what did you learn in school today, dear little child of mine? What did you learn in school today, dear little child of mine? I learned that Washington never told a lie. I learned that soldiers seldom die. I learned that everybody's free. That's what the teacher said to me, and that's what I learned in school today. That's what I learned in school. What did you learn in school today, dear little child of mine? Put it in the chat what you learned in school that day, dear little child of mine. I learned the policemen are my friends. I learned that justice never ends. I learned that murderers pay for their crimes, even if we make a mistake sometimes. And that's what I learned in school today. That's what I learned in school. What did you learn in school today, dear little child of mine? What did you learn in school today, dear little child of mine? I learned our government must be strong. It's always right, it's never wrong. Our leaders are the finest men. That's why we elect them again and 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 again. And that's what I learned in school today. That's what I learned in school. What did you learn in school today, dear little child of mine? What did you learn in school today, dear little child of mine? I learned that war is not so bad. I learned about the great ones we have had. We fought in Germany and in France, and someday I might get my chance. That's what I learned in school today. That's what I learned in school. All right, let's start the raid. All right. That's what I learned in school today. That's what I learned in school. That's what I learned in school today. That's what I learned in school. Doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-doobie-bo. All right. Let's raid Hildebeest. All right. Now. This is our farewell to Hildebeest, so everyone be lovely to her and give her the best. Sorry, wrong button. There we go. Hildy's not accepting incoming raids right now. Okay, understandable for the last stream. In that case, we're going to be raiding Carpe Packs. All right. Here we go. Not quite. When. Oh, when the union's inspiration through the workers' blood shall run, there can be no power greater anywhere beneath the sun. Yet what force on earth is weaker than the feeble strength of one? For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. It's we who plowed the cities built, we who plowed the prairies, built the cities where they trade, dug the mines and built the workshops, endless miles of railroad laid. Now we stand up, cast and starve amidst the wonders we have made, but the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. They've taken unto millions that they never told to earn, but without a brain and muscle, not a single we can turn. We can break their haughty power, gain our freedom when we learn that the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever, for the union makes us strong. All the world is some by idle drones, it's ours and ours alone. We have laid the wide foundation, built it skyward stone by stone. It is ours not to slave in, but to steward as a home. For the union makes us strong. Solidarity forever, solidarity forever, solidarity forever. Thank you for coming, folks, 'cause the union makes us strong. Have a good night.